On social mobility. Social mobility is the movement of individuals or groups between social classes, both either climbing up in social class or down. There is horizontal mobility, which is a change in occupation within the same social class. That would be kind of like if as a teacher I become a principal of a school. Truly, it's the same social class and would be horizontal mobility. It's just a change of occupation. Even though there may be more status in a principal's job than a teacher, it's still the same social class. There's vertical mobility, which is to change upward or downward in occupational status or social class. So let's say that I go from being a teacher to becoming a lawyer. Well, that's a higher social class, not just more money, but higher status and more wealth, and that would be a change in social class. Or if I no longer am a teacher and I go to working as a Walmart greeter, again, that's a downward vertical mobility. Intergenerational mobility is a change in status or class from one generation to the next. An example of this, I am an example of this, where my parents were working class people. I they were not college educated. I am college educated. I'm a teacher, and that puts me at a middle class. My son is an attorney, and he's upper middle class. So there's been growth in intergenerational mobility. Now, interestingly enough, that people your age, there has been an increasing number of people who are experiencing downward intergenerational mobility, that they're not going to be able to maintain the same social class as their parents had. And the reason for this is because of the changing economics and job markets, and it requires a different set of skills that people are not adapting to as quickly. That doesn't mean you're going to have to experience downward mobility, but it's a possibility more so than it was when I was your age. A caste system is a stratification structure that does not allow for social mobility. India, how India typically or was traditionally constructed, is a best example of a caste system that whatever you were born into, whatever social class, that's where you stayed the rest of your life. No matter what you did, no matter how smart you were, no matter how hard you worked, you could not go above or below the social class you were born into. An open class system is a system in which social class is based on merit and individual effort. Movement is allowed between classes, upward and downward. And traditionally, the United States is seen as an open class system. But that doesn't mean we necessarily are. It might have elements of a caste system within us. Regarding that upward and downward mobility in America, few countries provide the opportunities for advancement available in the United States. It is possible for most anyone to acquire wealth and achieve some status. However, an increasing number of Americans fail to be upwardly mobile despite talent and hard work. This image here of this idea of this gig economy that many people, many young people, 20s and 30s, have fallen into, where they might drive for Uber, or they might deliver something else, or they might do something online. And a lot of these are small, making a little extra money here or there. But in reality, that's their main source of income, especially in 2020 with COVID. And without adequate benefits like health care or other benefits like that, any kind of illness or even a pregnancy, which is our healthcare system is terribly expensive, that people are kind of wiped out, and it leads to downward mobility in America. And there are lots of examples of people with college degrees who end up having to work, whether it be McDonald's or Walmart. And it's not that those are bad jobs, but they don't provide the foundation of income and benefits to maintain a higher social class, even a middle class living. So even though we are designed to be an open class system, there are elements of our system that are seen caste like. That if you go back to the image here, where the one on the often like the image on the left, rich people because of inheritance are able to pass on their wealth, and they no matter what how lacking in talent or hard work they do, they tend to maintain that. And conversely, poor people tend to pass on that poverty. It's very difficult to break out of that. And we're going to explore that more as we go through the rest of this unit.